Hey, hello, it's Lolo Dodo, and this is my first speed paint. So, yay, excited. Um, this is a drawing of Bloom, and afterwards also one of Stella. This is for my comic Winx I do together with some of my friends. It's a fan comic with our OCs, original Do Not Steal. But it's set in the future, so we were like, what would the Winx Club be like when they actually grow up? Uh, well, if you watch the show, they don't grow up. They're back to being students again. But we were like, after season 3, it basically stops the canonicity. Um, so we have a few like differences from the show because LV is now a college again, like it's originally attendant. So that's fun. But basically, for Bloom, we were talking about her. She was first talking about it, and was like, she's too basic to really be a specific thing. That's always what Bloom has been. It's easy to see yourself as her, but that makes it difficult to really plan a future for her. Because what would Bloom be but a basic queen? The only difference we made her like special is the fact that since all the boys fawn over her for some reason in the show, and also girls, let's be honest, we felt that after her marriage with Sky and maybe she has a kid or two, there's a divorce because a Bloom cannot stay faithful. And Sky gets the kids. And Bloom is like, well, since I don't have a husband, I can get many more boyfriends and or girlfriends. So now she has a harem, well, ruling her kingdom. So for her dress, I went with a more simple medieval style basic dress. I have a very basic style, so don't expect too much detail from my clothing. But yeah, it's just she's a basic bitch queen, so here's a basic bitch queen dress. I will tell you right now, this drawing is already a month or so old. I did it before Mermaid, so my drawing technique has evolved a bit since after 31 drawings of mermaids, I figured some stuff out about lighting and stuff. And some brush tries, but in the end, I'm still pretty happy with her. She looks graceful. If you wonder how I did my sketches so fast, it's because I already sketched them out on paper. They have been there really long because after Bloom, I took a break from drawing them. And yeah, I struggled a bit with the colors though. You can see I tend to use more on the neutral side of colors, and Winx Club is a pretty bright show. I also tried the shadow thing. I saw a video and I was like, I'm gonna try it. Don't know if it worked. Also, you might see me like make some pauses or like confused moves. I was actually drawing this while I was playing D&D and middle in combat. I had to make wisdom saving throws because my character was terrified of a fire. And I rolled really low, like a natural 1 and then a 2 and then a 4. It was really awful. But anyway, I made her stuff shiny because I did the black multiply layer. I had trouble with like the clear fabric and I was like, why isn't this working right? Why aren't the colors working? It was that I'm very smart. I do this for a very long time. Yes, I did. But anyway, this is basically the finished one. Overall, I'm pretty happy. She's basic, but Bloom's is basic, so you know, it's to be expected. So next up is Stella, and please don't touch my sketching. My friends always make fun of me how I sketch. I sketch in 5 layers, all color coded and with their own purpose. Like the light blue is for the skeleton and for basic backgrounds, which I barely draw, so it's basically only skeletons for the humans. Uh, then you have the darker blue, which is building out the body, so you have all the proportions right, as you can see. And then you have by purple, which you will see that's clothing, green, that is the hair, and gold is accessories that need to be like different from the other categories. For instance, the belt can be seen as an accessory, but I didn't make that gold because it's part of the dress. But for instance, her jewelry, that will come later, I made that gold because then I understand I need to put it on a different like stuff. I don't need to be part of it. Also, you might see some pauses because my teacher messaged me. Apparently, I had an appointment, like a talk, and I didn't know till and so I needed to like message him like, oh yeah, I will be there. Didn't see the email, but now I know. So for line art, it's really simple. It's still the same as some different drawing. The previous speed paint, what changed the most was like my lighting skill way. I light my drawings different now with different effect layers. But anyway, let's talk about Stella. Uh, when we thought about Stella's features, we think she would make a really good queen, even though she has more of a fashionista and she's more of a spoiled brat. I think she will grow out of it. Like, not the fashionista part. She will like keep doing like fashionista stuff. She will like change her dress style all the time. So this is not her usual dress. She doesn't have a usual dress probably, but she has, compared to Bloom and like Musa, Raven, and some of the people in the series, a very healthy relationship, like one of the better relationships in the series. So we think she will have a happy marriage. Her and Brandon support each other and like go through thick and thin, and like it's a nice relationship. She's a good queen, has a good royal family. It's nice. So for her dress, then it's like, because she's a fashionista, but she changes a lot. But for this one, I decided to go with a Greek/Roman inspiration because I love those flowy fabrics. It also fits her solar theme a lot because, it leaves some room for skin, and those places are pretty sunny here compared to the rest of Europe. So it's nice. I did make her a bit more tan than she is in the show. This is definitely not me forgetting to look up a reference and just picking a random skin color, and definitely me putting in plot that she will just use use her solar powers to tan herself, or go outside in the world where she lives, where the sun always shines. Apparently, in season 3, we learned that it never rains there, which doesn't work on a planet level and survival level, but that's not the point. You can now see like my shading. My shading doesn't really work on blonde characters. I mostly make dark hair characters, so that's why it's more difficult. So her hair turned out a bit more purple than it's supposed to be. Not my problem. Yeah, that's about it. Like, I'm pretty happy with her. For some reason, and I like just realized, her pose, it's practically the same as her end pose for her first season transformation. And I'm like, I don't know how I did that because I watched it like at the beginning of quarantine, the first season again. So I don't know how I managed to do that. If it's subconsciously, if it's just weird. As you can see in the first beginning of the sketch, it didn't start out like that. It ended up this way. I don't know why. I don't know how, but it looks good on her. I did forget to add eyeshadow, and Stella would not be seen without eyeshadow, so I added that later after filming. So yeah, I'm really happy with her. She's cute, and thank you for watching.